the more mellow view I had after time has healed the situation. I hope you enjoy it. Chapter 1. The Marrowbone and Cleaver. There wasn't much time between finding out Kermington's pub was closing and me thinking I should buy it. I look back now and realise I bought the Marrowbone and Cleaver for the wrong reason. Becoming a pub owner was purely an emotional decision, not a business one. As far as I was concerned, Kermo, the village I grew up in and still think of as the centre of the universe, had always had a pub, and it needs one. Once the thought had lodged in my brain, things happened quickly. At first I didn't think anyone was going to take it over. Then I was told that someone was going to buy it. That turned out to be rubbish. Then someone else was going to buy it and turn it into a house, and that didn't happen. But I was worried someone would. So I rang the pub chain that owned it, Enterprise Inns, and put a bid in. They had another couple of people in the running, or so they told me. A few days later, they accepted my bid. Now what? I thought. From it closing to me handing over the money was no more than a month. For what it is, a pub with parking, a bit of land and outbuildings, it wasn't expensive. It might have been a bit over £140,000. I'm not Richard Branson or a property tycoon, and I'm not flasher out, but I've got a few quid, so I thought, let's keep it going as a pub. So many pubs are being converted into houses, and I understand why, but it wasn't right for Kermo. I'm not sure if this one had planning permission for a change of use, but how long would it have to stand as a boarded-up eyesore before the council changed their minds about that? I didn't need to get a loan or mortgage. That meant I didn't have to waste money on a property survey. The Marrowbone was a bit of a shit tip by the time it had closed. I could see that. It was tired around the edges, especially the kitchen, which was a bomb site and wouldn't pass any kind of inspection. It was what I'd describe as grufty, sticky round the door handles and a bit of hair in the congealed fat in the corners. Even though it was years after the fag ban, there was still a stale smell of cigarette smoke about the place. Food is such a big part of most pubs' livelihoods now that it was a priority. So we needed to do it up. A bloke from Kermington, Phil Tate, who my dad knew and lived opposite my sister, was chosen to manage the refurbishment of the place. He'd lived in Kermington for years and he ended up doing a great job. Phil explained the options. We can do it up, or we can do it up, or we can do it up. I said I wanted it doing up, but not 100 grand do it up. Even though I always wanted to keep it operating as a pub, I didn't want to have anything to do with the day-to-day running. That was the furthest thing from my mind. The Marrowbone had had the same landlord for 20 years, Robin, and his wife Ros, right from me being a lad. He was a good bloke and would serve us underage on a special occasion. He got bollocked for it by my mum when I went home pissed on New Year's Day and puked up over my younger brother. If you had a picture of a country pub landlord, that was Robin. After he retired, it went through a few managers and landlords in a hurry, none staying for more than 2 years, and some a lot less than that. I had a word with the couple who had been running it when it closed, and they were nice, but they weren't the right people to take on the new business. Then I had a word with my older sister, Sal, when we were out in Bonneville for the Triumph Land Speed job. She had previous experience in the bar world. She was the manager of Grimsby's Chicago Rock Cafe, where I'd also worked as a glass collector for a while to raise money to go road racing in my early 20s. When I asked her if she'd be interested in running it, I told her there was no pressure. I was just giving her the option. She'd been accepted on and was just about to start a nursing course. Following in our mum's footsteps, I knew she was interested in running the pub though. She couldn't stop thinking about it. When the pub fitters got stuck in, it turned out there was a leak here and a leak there, and the place needed more than I had expected. It wanted a new bar because it was rotten, and the upstairs was a mess, so that needed to be gutted. We still haven't done anything with the upstairs yet. Perhaps I should have had that survey. The pub closed its doors in August 2016.